If you want one of the best laptops for graphic design in 2025, a brilliant display and blazing performance should be at the top of your must-have list. My fiance used to design advertisements for Academy Award nominated films. As the Academy Awards aired on live TV. If one of them won, he'd have to open the correct Photoshop file, edit and arrange the text, convert the file, and send it to the marketing firm so they could post it to social media. A slow processor would have been disastrous to this entire process. So in this video, we have compiled a list and reviewed the top 5 best laptops for graphic design you can buy in 2025. For more information on the products, we have included links in the description box below. Let's get started. Number 5, Lenovo Legion Pro 7i Gen 9. If your graphic design work takes you into the realm of video game UI, like my fiance's did for a period of time, you most likely will need a gaming laptop, one with powerful performance, smooth graphics, and a stunning display, as our staff writer Madeline Ricciuto said in her review of the Legion Pro 7i Gen 9. Those are its standout features, especially at a price compared to some competing gaming laptops that are less powerful. For under $2,500 on sale, you get an Intel Core i9-14900HX processor and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU with 12GB of VRAM. Combined with 32GB of system memory, this laptop spiked into the high 90s and low 100s in our gaming benchmarks. Its display is also suitable for UI design work, averaging 108.7% of the DCI P3 color gamut, way beyond what most graphic designers probably would need. It also gets super bright, averaging 456 max nits in Laptop Mag's testing. It does only has a 1600p native resolution, but that may or may not be a deal breaker based on the kind of work you primarily do on your laptop. Just keep in mind that if you go with this laptop, it's chunky, 1.01 inches thick, and weighs 5.7 pounds. Definitely a desktop replacement. You can technically carry it around if you want to, but after a week, at most, of doing that, I can imagine the process becoming a hassle. Number 4, Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. For the graphic designer who's also an artist, the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X can be a fantastic canvas. Its sharp OLED display produces vivid colors and inky blacks, has enough performance to handle your largest artwork, files, and has a long battery life that makes it possible to run heavy tasks without it plugged in. Oh, and it's cool enough to put in your lap. If you're looking for a Windows alternative to the MacBook Air, this laptop should be on your shortlist, as our reviewer Stevie Bonifield said. This laptop's display covers the widest amount of the DCI P3 color gamut out of any laptop on this list, 155%, and even some dedicated tablets. It also gets bright, hitting a max of 464 nits in SDR and 785 nits in HDR. It's essential for any creativity laptop to have fast multi-core performance, as many creativity programs make full use of all the CPU's cores simultaneously. With a Snapdragon Elite processor, the Yoga Slim 7X has speed in spades. It cranked out a Geekbench 6 overall performance score of 13,750, 20% faster than his Aura Edition counterpart with a brand new Intel Core Ultra 7 256V chip, 10,111. So it's a fantastic machine for both drawing and graphic design. There are two crucial things to keep in mind before buying this laptop: app compatibility and its reflective OLED display. The display can reflect a lot of glare, so you might need to max out its brightness to see your work without that distraction, which of course will shorten the battery life. The brighter the display, the more power it needs. Stevie wishes there was an anti-reflective layer over the display, but otherwise, it looks sharp and colorful. You'll also want to make sure your favorite drawing app has a native ARM64 version, since this laptop runs Windows on ARM. For most people, this shouldn't be an issue, but if you are a die-hard Adobe Fresco user, sorry, that won't run on this laptop. Number 3, Asus ProArt P16. If you're more comfortable using Windows, the Asus ProArt P16 is a stellar example of what a creator laptop should be: powerful, reliable, and stylish. As our reviewer Stevie Bonifield said, you don't have to pay MacBook Pro prices to get superb performance in a thin and light chassis with a beautiful design that's just as easy on your eyes as it is on your wallet. While I'd normally recommend a laptop with a wider color gamut for graphic designers, the ProArt P16 covers a high enough percentage of the DCI P3, 85.5%. If you want this laptop for professional video editing, that could be more of a concern. where the Adobe RGB color gamut is more useful for graphic designers. Just as important as color accuracy is performance. This laptop's AMD Ryzen AI 9HX 370 processor, 32GB of RAM, and NVIDIA RTX 4070 graphics card powers it to a Geekbench 6 multi-core score of 15,086, way beyond the average premium laptop. Commonly used graphic design programs like Adobe Illustrator load in a snap, and the ProArt P16 has the right amount of RAM and CPU cores to prevent the system from getting too bogged down with all the processes Photoshop runs in the background. That stellar performance played out in Laptop Mag's Handbrake benchmark, transcoding a 4K video to 1080p in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, much faster than the average premium laptop, 758. Yes, the ProArt P16 also makes a fantastic video editing laptop. Its battery life is a letdown though. Expect up to 9 hours and 32 minutes if you use this laptop for web browsing, with the display brightness set to 150 nits. If you're manipulating images with dozens of vector masks at full brightness, 356 nits, the battery will drain much faster. Just something to be mindful of if your workspace doesn't have a nearby outlet. Number 2. Apple MacBook Air M3. The MacBook Air M3 appears on other Laptop Mag buying guides for good reason. It's among the best laptops overall and among the best for college students, so naturally it's earned its place among the best graphic design laptops for offering many of the benefits of its pricier sibling. The only hard choice you might have to make is how big of a screen you want, as our managing editor Sean Riley said in his review. That's why I've gone ahead and put the 15-inch version on this list. Knowing a bigger screen is usually beneficial for graphic designers. It's not the most vibrant or color-accurate screen you can get, but Apple's True Tone technology adjusts how colors are displayed depending on the lighting. That can come in handy if you work both at home and in an office. What it offers in performance and battery life is still unparalleled compared to much of its budget competitors. One of the biggest upgrades from the M2 MacBook Air is the SSD. The speed jumped a solid 28% between generations, to a read-to-write of 337 358.8 nps. The battery also lasted 15 hours in Laptop Mag's testing, up from the previous generation as well. The MacBook Air M3 can also connect to up to 2 external displays with the lid closed, a feature that was previously available only on the MacBook Pro. But keep this in mind if you are considering this laptop for professional use. While it's possible to connect this laptop to an external display other than an Apple Studio, it doesn't have an HDMI port. You'll need a USB-C to HDMI adapter to make that happen, and depending on the adapter and HDMI cable you use, along with your external monitor, you could run into some trouble getting everything to display correctly. I've personally run into issues connecting the MacBook Air 15 M3 to a Samsung curved widescreen, but I wasn't using Apple's adapter. Number 1. Apple MacBook Pro 16 M4 Pro. If you're a professional graphic designer who needs a new laptop that won't bottleneck the second you add one too many layers to your latest Photoshop project, we recommend the newest 16-inch Apple MacBook Pro with an M4 Pro processor. Laptop Mag's managing editor Sean Riley describes it best in his review. It's almost simultaneously the most powerful premium laptop we've reviewed while also offering the second longest battery of any laptop we've tested. Our benchmark numbers mostly speak for themselves. With 20 hours and 46 minutes of battery life, it lasts 7 hours longer than the average premium laptop. It also outshines them all in the Geekbench 6 multi-core benchmark with a score of 22,822. Over a 100% speed increase compared to the average premium laptop, 10,492. I realize numbers alone might not be convincing enough, so I asked a professional graphic designer, my fiancé, with over a decade of experience creating company logos, website wireframes, and user interfaces for video games, how he felt about his new MacBook Pro 16 M4 Pro. He didn't convey his excitement in words at first. He made happy grunting noises and told me it's the best laptop he's owned during his career. If you are also upgrading from an M2 Max, you might need help picking your jaw up off the floor like he did. Everything else about this MacBook Pro is just as good or better than previous generations. It's still expensive, but it's our best overall pick for a reason. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos.